I feel like until you decide to live your life in a way that feels good to you, you're never gonna feel happy. So as we're nearing the end of this year, I've been thinking about how I want to spend the upcoming year. I feel like in the last 3 to 5 years of my life, I haven't really been living authentically, and I feel that is the case for most of us. I've only really decided to kind of live my life on my terms or authentically in the last 2 years. I quit my stable nursing job, I tried out the digital nomad lifestyle, I tried out the travel nursing lifestyle, and now I'm on my journey to becoming a YouTuber. But if I'm being honest, I feel that trying out all these lifestyles didn't really feel authentic to me. But of course, when I made the decisions to try out those different lifestyles, I didn't really know that they were not authentic to me. For example, when I quit my nursing job and I tried out the digital nomad or the freelance writer lifestyle, it wasn't because it was my decision. It was more so because I was following other people's footsteps. I fell into the idea or the messaging in the social media world or social media craze that you should quit your 9 to 5 and become an online entrepreneur. And doing so just didn't really feel good to me. Of course, I don't regret it now. And now that I'm learning more to listen to myself, I'm learning to live more and more authentically. So in today's video, we'll talk about why it's so important to live your life in an authentic way and how you can do that in the upcoming year. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the feeling of being lost and the fact that you feel lost because you are not living authentically. I feel like with social media, the word authentic has kind of lost its meaning, but it's really important that you understand the meaning of this word because it needs to resonate. Authentic essentially means being true or real, and that's according to Cambridge Dictionary. If you're feeling lost, chances are you're not being true to yourself. You're not living a life that aligns with who you are as a person. It's kind of like having an inner signal that you actually have not realized yet. It's almost like your body knows something is wrong, but you haven't quite figured out what's wrong just yet. When I look back at the times where I felt lost and I was working as an ER nurse about 3 years ago, I knew it was because I wasn't being true to myself. When I became a freelance writer and tried the whole digital nomad lifestyle, and I knew that even though I was successful at it, I didn't feel quite happy or fulfilled, just like what the social media has kind of influenced me to believe. It was because I wasn't living my true self or my authentic life that I want. I felt lost because I wasn't being true to myself. Of course, at the time that I was doing them, I didn't really know that. All I knew that something was off, and the fact is that I was following other people's dreams. And when you're following other people's dreams or footsteps, there are consequences. Number one, you will never follow your own dreams. Second, you'll always feel lost or you'll always feel like something is off. And third, you're always going to feel like you're living in someone else's shadow. So these are the consequences that we want to avoid if you want to build a life that you love, which is what we're all about in this channel. You need to learn how to live your life authentically, a life that feels good to you and only you. I mean, this is all in good, but sometimes you don't know where to start, and sometimes we don't even know what authenticity means to us. So that's the next thing that we're going to talk about. So before we dive into the mindset side of things, I want to preface the fact that authenticity is a feeling and only you will know what it feels like. You know that feeling of listening to your favorite artists and when they're singing a song and you just kind of feel what they're feeling, or when you find a creator on YouTube that you absolutely love, even though you've only watched one of their videos, because you can feel their authenticity, and that's kind of the same thing. Or I think that's what authenticity means to me. So for whatever reason, we know what authenticity means when it comes to other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we don't really know what to do with it, or we doubt ourselves when we have this feeling of feeling authentic. I'm here to tell you to stop doing that and actually start listening to that other voice or other feeling that feels good. It is your intuition or your gut or whatever you want to call it. It's basically your internal compass or your inner guide when it comes to living an authentic life. When you're doing something and it feels genuine to you, you've got to learn how to capitalize on that feeling before your mind takes over and comes up with millions of excuses and actually holds you back from doing the things that you absolutely love. That feeling of feeling good in your body, it's not wrong. For the longest time, I grew up with this mindset that if something is too easy or something feels good, it means something is wrong. And this belief was ingrained in me, so I deliberately look for experiences that are hard, that will make me suffer, so that I can feel like what I'm doing is actually worth it. When in reality, it's not the case. You can feel good and make that thing also feel worth it. I want you to have this new belief that if it feels good to you, if it makes you feel expanded, that thing is actually authentic to you. Feeling what authentic means to you is a practice, so it's something that you need to learn how to practice every day if possible. So now that you know what authenticity feels like, we can talk about the things that you can actually do in order to live live a more authentic life in 2024. So the first tip I have for you is to be honest about what's working and what's not working. I feel like a lot of times we go through our lives feeling lost and feeling unhappy, and then we seek external things like having a new job, having a car, having a house, and we believe that all these external things are what's going to make us happy. But in reality, we just haven't really looked inward and asked ourselves, why isn't what I'm doing working? For example, when I left my nursing job to become a freelance writer, I realized that it wasn't really the nursing profession or job that I hated. In fact, when I became a travel nurse again, I actually loved the profession again. I realized in that scenario that what wasn't working was the fact that I wasn't getting paid well, and also I was being disrespected. And now that I'm in a different situation where I still work my nursing job, but I get paid well and also I get respected by the people that I'm working with, I feel so much happier. If you want to live an authentic life, you need to be honest with what makes you happy. If that is quitting your job and pursuing an entrepreneurial journey or path, then go right ahead. But to me, having a part-time job that makes me feel secure while I work on my creative endeavors is actually more authentic than quitting the whole thing and becoming an entrepreneur. Will I change my mind about this fact next year? Probably, and that's okay. And as long as I'm making my own decisions and it's not being made for me, then I'm happy. The second tip I have for you is to change the narrative of other people in your head. For the longest time, I was really scared that my friends were gonna judge me at this whole YouTube or influencer game. So in my head, I developed this I don't care what they think attitude. But to be honest, that attitude only worked for a while. One day I'd be so confident in posting videos and photos on my social media or YouTube, and then the next day self-doubts would creep up, and then I will also think about what my friends are thinking about this, and then I'll go back to my small self and not posting anything, and then therefore not getting the results that I want. So clearly what I was doing wasn't working, so I changed my strategy. One, I had to really tell myself, if these are my true friends, they're not going to judge me. Because if I believe that they're judging me, then why would I be friends with them at all? I feel like if I'm in that friendship, that means I'm not even being authentic to myself or to my friends. The second thing I did is that I had to change my mindset to, my friends believe in me and they support me, and that feels so good, and that is very cool. So now whenever I hang out with my friends, instead of feeling shy and small, whenever I want to take my camera out to record something or film something, I actually embrace the fact that, hey, I am a YouTuber and that I love filming, and if you want, you can join me in this video. Actually, it's so cool because the last 2 times I went out with my friends, I actually took out my camera, I took out the lighting, and I gave them this whole main character energy vibes, and it felt so good because I felt like I wasn't alone in this journey anymore. And even though they might not understand what I'm doing, the fact is that they're happy for me, and that is enough. So now, instead of convincing myself that my friends are not judging me, I no longer have to do that. I actually have evidence that my friends are supporting me and they're not judging me. So anytime I want to show up on social media and I think about my friends, it's more so from the place of, oh, this will be really cool to inspire my friends, and I know they'll be happy when they see me showing up. The third tip I have for you when it comes to living authentically is to lean into the things that you enjoy doing. And there's a quote, I don't remember who said this quote, but it goes along the lines of, you can't compete with someone who is having fun. So for example, my husband, he has a 9-to-5 job, and on the side he also has a side hustle, and he basically works 24/7 whenever we're not spending time together. From the outside, it looks like he's working a lot. So to me, it looks like he's working a lot. To our friends and family, he looks like he's working a lot. But whenever I see him working, it doesn't actually look like he's working. It looks more so like he's playing. To him, work feels like play because he enjoys what he's doing so much. So even if someone better or someone who is more talented at him in doing the thing that he's doing, they can't outwork him or they cannot outperform him just because of the fact that he's enjoying what he's doing. He's actually having fun doing the things that he's doing, and you just can't simply compete with that. So this is really something that I'm learning to lean into in the upcoming year, is to keep doing things that I truly enjoy. This is why I started creating more vlogs on this channel, because I genuinely enjoy them, and I just keep doing the things that I know brings me joy, like reading and writing. I think that this tip is pretty obvious, but maybe it's not obvious to you, but I really want you to have fun or lean into the things that brings you joy or that you're having fun with, because I feel that when you're having fun, you are your most authentic self, and that automatically ripples into other areas of your life, whether it's work, relationships, friends, making money, and all that. I feel that when you're having fun, you just have this radiating energy that you become so magnetic, and that's what I want you to have. The fourth tip I have for you is to stop listening to other people's advice. I have a whole video on this topic, which is all about listening to yourself, and that's basically what I want you to do. Is I want you to start listening to yourself. No one knows you better than you know yourself, and I don't know you, other people don't know you, and you need to learn how to know yourself so that you can learn how to listen to yourself. If you don't know yourself, get to know yourself. And this is for a simple reason, so that nobody can tell you what to do. No one can tell you what to dress up like. No one can tell you how to live your life or what kind of content you can post online. I want you to learn how to listen to yourself and actually be authentic to yourself so that you can take full responsibility over your actions, because that's essentially what being authentic means. That means you have full ownership about the things that you're doing. The fifth and last tip I have for you is to consume with intention. Most of us are on social media and we see what authentic life means to other people, and we think that that's the authentic life. And if we're not careful and we don't apply the things that we have talked about in the video, then it's going to be easy to believe that your life should look like what other people's lives are on social media. Of course, there's nothing wrong with getting influenced by the lifestyle that other people have, as long as you're sure or you're clear or why you want that lifestyle. If it's something that will allow you to authentically live your life, then I say go for it. But if it's for status signaling, meaning you want that lifestyle so that you can prove to your friends or family and other people that you know you're better than them so that you can gain respect, I think it's a recipe for disaster. I don't think you're going to feel happy and you're not going to feel fulfilled, and it definitely will not lead you to a more authentic life. So when you are consuming, I really want you to ask yourself, does this piece of content feel authentic to me? Does this feel like me? Is this something what I would actually do and create and write and talk about? If it doesn't feel like you, or if it doesn't feel authentic to you, then move on with your life. If it does, amazing. Anyways, let me know down in the comments below of what are you doing next year to live a more authentic life. And I really hope that this video resonated with you and that you be kind to yourself and take it one day at a time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.